Hello, everyone, and thank you once again for joining us for an episode of That Solo Life, the podcast about professionals in the PR and marketing world who work independently for themselves. My name is Michelle Kane. I am with Voice Matters LLC, and I am here once again with Karen Swim of Solo PR Pro, the group that binds all us solos together. And I don't know, Karen. I mean, we're recording this. It's almost lunchtime. I'm not sure what to have for lunch. I'm thinking chicken salad or a salad or soup or, oh, wait, that's right. We're going to talk today about decision fatigue.
Yes, we are. Isn't that perfect? I mean,
It is.
you're right, though. I find myself making so many decisions and micro decisions throughout the day Sorry, I can't talk today. That sometimes the things that are so simple just befuddle me.
Right.
And
Right.
It's like you have no brain cells left
Nope.
to make the easy decisions.
Exactly. Everything from, what to make for dinner all the way through your day to, well, what task should I pick up next? I think, like we were talking off air about, we make so many decisions on behalf of our clients throughout the day that sometimes you just get to that point where you are done. I know you were telling a funny story about the gym, I think.
Yeah, this is really sad. I am that person that pays for a gym membership month after month faithfully. It's the one like auto bill that I have, and I don't go. And I haven't been going in the winter because
It's
have
winter.
to wear winter coat. It's too cold to walk from the car into the gym. So when I go to the gym, I don't go near the locker rooms or I use the equipment and I leave and come home and shower because I have my own issues about just liking my bathroom facilities to be a certain way. And I just don't want to deal with the whole public thing. So I don't go to the gym because I don't know where the locker room is. And it's one more decision like, oh my God, I have to figure out where the locker room is and figure out where to put my coat. And it's a whole thing. And it's like, ugh,
but that's
exhausting.
Yeah, but not that that's the beauty of it, but I mean, yeah, it's not that you're lazy or you don't care. It's just, subconsciously your brain's going, ugh, one more thing, one more little hurdle. I've already, I'm out of decisions for the day.
Yeah,
I can't
exactly.
do one more thing.
So, I just hit my treadmill at home or my weight room at home, and just default to the stuff that is right there. But it's funny. I think it might've been not 2019, but 18 when that article came out about this contingent of executives who were defaulting to a uniform. So they had like the same exact clothes, and it was, leaning into the whole minimalist movement.
Right.
But their description of it resonated with me then. And I've incorporated some of that. And they talked about how you have so many decisions to make through the day.
Right.
That at the start of the day, eliminating that, that decision of what to wear made sense to them. And I understand it even more today that you're right. You have to really sort of be intentional about how you're going to use your brain power, because as much as we like to believe that we can go and we can go and we can go, you can get very fatigued. And so at the start of the day, if you can start to take away some of, those decisions, and I'm that person, I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time thinking about what to wear. I just don't. I get it. The fashionista people love you guys so much, but it's, that's not in my DNA. I'm not the fashionista girl. It's not my jam. I want to keep it simple and easy. And so I tend to default to the same thing because I don't have to think about it. It's like, I'm wearing black. Yes, it's boring, but I'm wearing black.
You can never go wrong with that. And that's an interesting point though, because yes, the fashionistas, they probably get energized from choosing the outfit for the day as opposed to like, ugh, all right. I kind of vacillate between the two. It depends.
Yeah.
My first question is always to myself, do I have to be in front of people today? Because that will, inform what I decide to wear. Next question, what kinds of people?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So I do
Exactly.
understand that because I love to rock the wardrobe just as much as I love to just, stay in the
Yeah. And I
yoga
get it. I
pants.
mean, I like to look nice, but I just
Oh,
don't
of
like to
course.
think about it. It just
Right.
exhausts me. I mean,
Right.
and I think that's a great point. It's really as, professional people understanding what gives energy and what drains energy. So
Yes.
I was having this conversation with Ann Eisenhower. She loves the grocery store. So she goes like several times a week. And I can remember a time in my life when I really enjoyed like shopping for produce, but
right.
I hate the grocery store. I find it completely exhausting. The last time I went in 2018, I think, to like a regular big grocery store, I had a migraine. I just I was like, this is too much.
Wow.
Because there's so many decisions to make. There's too many choices between too many brands of the same item and sizes, and does it do this and does it do that? And I mean, it's exhausting. It is exhausting to me. Yeah.
It can be.
So for me, I don't get energy from that. That doesn't energize me. I'm not the person that gets energized by 22 different choices of tomatoes. So I use Instacart because I can then just go click, 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 and I don't have to filter through a lot of stuff. I can reorder things that I purchase all the time, and I'm done. It's easy. It's done. It eliminates those additional decisions to make. If it's in front of me and I'm standing in front of, 22 varieties of the same thing, it's like, okay, yes, I want it to be organic. Yes, I want it to be, do I want it to be gluten-free? I don't know. I mean, it's vegan. That's, item number one, but do I need it to be gluten-free too? Do I need it to be this set of calories or this set of calories? Do I need it to have this or not this? It's like, can I just get the thing that is all of that?
It's a lot.
Give me that one choice.
Whereas, true, I think I fall in Anne's camp, though. Sometimes I get inspired of things to make, or, oh, I didn't know this product existed, or, ooh, look at that new kind of coffee. Ah.
Yeah.
But me. Yeah. It's funny, too, talking, too, about, just things to do for fun, or, going to a concert or a game or something. I mean, there are times where I'm just like, ugh, see, if it's on a weeknight and I'm just done, and there are times where I will talk myself out of going, but then I realize when I push through and say, no, this is fun you scheduled for yourself, go. I'm still going to be tired at the end of the night, but it's kind of a good tired because I realize, okay, I replenished myself a little bit. So once I, catch up on the sleep, it'll have been good for me. So I try to fight that, but it doesn't always win. I mean, I can overthink the best of things, as simple as I think I'll go to a movie on Saturday. Oh, well, should I go this Saturday? Should I go to the 2 p.m.? Blah, 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 blah. I think, oh, Michelle, you're just ridiculous. And I have talked myself out of it. I'm like, I'm not going to go this week.
Yeah, true confession, Karen Swim. I have zero social life for this exact reason, because I am the queen of talking myself out of things. And as we were talking this morning, what I really realized is this, for me, it's exhaustion. I give a lot during the week and, on the businesses, and I'm just tired. Right. I'm too tired to drive across town for a meal. Like, are you kidding me right now? I'm not driving for food. You want me to pick a movie, first of all, out of the 10 million choices, and a time? I just cannot. So maybe I need to hire a social director who just books things for me, puts it on my calendar, because if it's on my calendar, it's going to happen. That may be my solution.
It's funny you say that because, okay, so we both have home offices that we primarily base out of. And I was thinking the other day, because I spent a fair amount of the day driving people from here to there, and I realized how much more tired I was. And I thought, interesting to note. So back when you had a commute, some of these decisions would have made themselves. Because I remember,
True.
when I worked in Philly, it was 90 minutes door to door. And, granted, that did involve a little power nap on the train, but still, that's time. So by the time you got home, got dinner going, went through your mail and whatever, it was, an hour until crash and burn time. So that you didn't have that, oh, should I go to this event, this, that, and the other. So I think all that to say, I think in a way we're probably too hard on ourselves because we don't have that commute. So that's that much more time that we can either spend working or feeling the need to do something social or whatever. Whereas before, I was sitting either in a car or on a train, unable to do things. So I have kind of did a little check in there. I thought, okay. So
yeah, that's a good point. And, I think that this whole discussion, because we always love to give you guys some takeaway is that, number one, consider your workflow too.
Yes.
What things can you streamline and simplify so that you don't exhaust yourself on the unnecessary? And I think that that's a good point for us all to look at ways like, am I spending energy on things that can, number one, either be eliminated, two, delegated, or three, automated? Because that's energy that you can gain back for the things that are truly important. So if something can be automated, do it. Technology can truly be beneficial. If you can delegate it to your assistant or to, another team member or, for those of our friends that are in corporate, to another employee, do it. And focus your energy on the things that really require you personally to handle it. And I know for solos and for any like high performing professional, because solos and executives share that trait where we are driven, we're ambitious, and we're really committed. Sometimes we take on things and we put our hands to things that we really don't have to. We really have to learn to say, what really requires me to be involved? What do I really need to be hands on? And it's not everything. This is where you build a team and you trust your people and empower your people to handle some of the things for you. Or if there are things, again, that can be automated, why not automate them instead of manually doing that thing over and over and over again? So I think, I'm saying to myself as well as to our listeners that will be an audit that I perform this month, because I definitely could look for some ways to, regain some of my brain power and put it in the right places, because I love what I do. I love it so much that I really do have to remind myself to take a day off. And this year has been so phenomenal and so energizing, but I unfortunately have not left myself energy for the other part of my life.
Yeah. 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 And it's that full life that helps inform us, I even get those little reminders, even when I, step away from the desk, think, oh, I shouldn't go out, let me take a little walk around the block. No, I shouldn't do that. But that's when you think of, oh, you know what? I really need to take care of X today. I was wondering what to do next. You just get those moments of clarity when you do step away. And, okay, so transparency, I'll overshare today, Karen.
Hey, listen, I just confessed to our entire audience that I have no social life. So whatever you say cannot be as bad.
Well, it's a good reminder because my sciatic kicked in probably almost 2 weeks ago. And, sometimes you get the little nerve pain and you just shake it off. And that's all I've ever had in my life. And so when I've seen people hobble complaining about their sciatic, I thought, oh, please. But wow, whoa, did it come in? And I knew it was because, you sit at the desk, you're a desk jockey, those hips get tight, you don't go to yoga like you should. And then you think, oh, wow. So yeah, I think that's where I'm headed tonight, since it finally feels a little better. that, doesn't make me hell in pain to move.
I love it.
And it all, and it's true because I love what I do too. And some days I'm like, oh, I'm sad that I'm tired because I don't really want to stop. I really want to get these things done for my clients and things. But it's like, no, you've got to stop. You've got to step out and do things and, do those things that really, retool. We've said this many times, your body, your brain, those are your tools. We don't work with hammers or saws or, scalpels or anything like that. It's us. So I think just being conscious even about all the decisions you make throughout your day certainly does help. And maybe even how you structure your to-do lists. Think of that as I love Chanel, our friend Chanel Burke. She uses the phrase chunking your time.
Yes.
Chunk all your social work together, your social media work together. And, if you have some writing to do, put that together. Cause also that's going to save your brain from doing the, that gear changing.
I think people downplay or don't understand the energy and the time suck of constant switching. And I see people do this. And I even hear people say, I can multitask. No, you can't. You're not using your brain in the best possible way. And multitasking is a myth. And so if you'll get it done faster and better if you concentrate on one task at a time. And I've really tried to be conscious of that because science backs it. And so I agree. It's the same thing when you're focused on, if you have to write a press release and you have to write a blog post and you have to write social content, block out a chunk of time to write, because now your brain is not having to switch from writing a press release to, going in and, putting together, a strategy, which requires a different part of your brain. So activities, grouping those together will really help you. I know that there was this article that came out that was kind of circulating. One of our solos brought it to our attention, and it was all about a content system where you sit down, you do your content calendar, of course, but then you just, devote like an hour, several hours or a day to writing out all of your content for the entire month. And it goes a lot faster, if you do a weekly blog post and you have a theme for the month and you just sit down and you write all four at once, you're, first of all, in that storytelling mode. So you're going to tell a story over those posts that's going to align with messaging and your brand, but you're also going to get it done a lot faster because now you're focused on that topic at one time rather than, what I'm guilty of doing is, holy cow, I got to write a post. And now I have to switch from something else that I was doing. Like, I was doing media outreach. I got to write a post because you do that. So,
that's not us. What?
I mean, listen, we're being honest today. Sometimes I don't do the things that I advise and I know are right. So, hey.
Nor do I. But that's a great idea. Right. Because then the next day or the next chunk of time, then you can work on the graphic assets that will go with the post when scheduling it to social and planning that out on your calendar and how you're going to do any pull-out quotes or anything from it. And, in the course of a solid day or two, you could take care of your whole social plan for, at least one client or for yourself. Month. Yeah, for the entire month, as opposed to day to day. Now, of course, there's always reasons to check in and make sure that what you've scheduled is current, or that perhaps you don't schedule and you choose to at least post within the time frame. There's always reasons for that, disasters and, things happening in the news. But, as a general rule, that's totally fine. And that, try that for a while and see how that affects your, your mental fatigue level, because that soon does go into physical fatigue, and that's just no fun.
That is definitely not fun. And and also limit your meetings. I had an interesting conversation with a client yesterday who remarked that in previous roles, she was in a company the age range skewed a little higher and there were a lot of meetings. And in her current role, the average age of the company employees skews a lot younger, and her calendar is free. And the reason that her calendar is free of meetings, she said, we have very little meetings, and she's been there now for about 6 months. It's because they communicate in Slack and DMs.
Sure.
And I do, as do I. I have a ton of Slack channels. And so, with clients, that's a way that we're handling stuff, which is cut down a lot on email. But, me, I hate meetings. I'm a fan of that because meetings are, they're necessary sometimes, but you have to really understand and have a clear purpose for the meeting rather than just meeting to be meeting. But if you have a ton of meetings, that really is an energy drain.
It is.
It does drain your energy in a whole different way. And so that's one other way. If you want to gain some energy back, look at your meetings. You don't always have control over that. I understand that. Although even in a corporate situation, you can begin to push back on some of those meeting invites and say, what's the value of my attendance?
Right.
Do I really need to be there, or are there takeaways from that meeting that you'll need me to be involved in or follow up on? Because a lot of times you're just invited because of a position and not necessarily because you'll materially participate or you're that you really are needed there. And that's how you sort of help to train the people around you to rethink how they handle those in-office communications.
Right.
A lot of meetings really are unnecessary.
Right. There's, face-to-face, but you can even do that by Skype. You don't necessarily
Zoom.
have to get a Zoom.
And you don't have to do it as often.
Right. So, there's certainly the getting to know each other, relationship building aspect of meetings, but my goodness, so many meetings that, you've seen the meme, another meeting that could have been an email or should have been an email. It's nice to see that we're shifting out of that behavior because we just need answers. We just need to keep a project moving or get something done. Doesn't mean we have to meet.
Exactly.
To accomplish
and you don't have to
that.
have a meeting to plan the meeting.
No.
I mean, that's just too much. And it's so old school. So, that again, that's another way that you can recoup some of your energy uses and put that energy towards actually getting the work done, which is more profitable and productive for everybody involved.
Absolutely. And when you do have to meet, I know I fight this within myself of, someone asks for a meeting and, maybe a prospect, it might be, if it's work that's on a timeline, that's a totally different thing. But if it's a little bit outside of that, but also good for business to do it, sometimes, I've had to push things out just now into the first week or two of March, just because, looking at my calendar, I need to save the significant time to work and my, air quotes, free time is at a minimum. So, I learned early on, don't jam pack your day just to, appease someone or to get something in and off your plate that's not directly affecting your bottom line.
Yeah. I love it. That's great advice.
Yeah. So there we go. We've solved everyone's problems and we won't have decision fatigue anymore, right?
We want to make this an hour or not an hour. God help us. If this podcast were an hour, we'd all be in trouble. But we want to make this a time where we invite you into our world and share. But we also always want to, leave you with some practical tips and insights and advice and inspiration so that, we can all get better together.
Yes. Likewise. We'd love to hear from you, your input, how you save yourself from decision fatigue and just kind of, try and organize the energy of your day and your life. And hey, what do you do for fun? Do you fight having a social life too? Let us know. And we're serious.
Karen Swin wants to know.
I do too. So let us know in the comments. And until next time, thanks for listening to That Solo Life.